So the latest leaks and spoilers of Jujutsu Kaisen is finally out, where we get to see everyone is commentating on the battle of Gojo versus Sukuna for the good part of the whole chapter, as they both are explaining that this chapter, all the sorcerers are watching Gojo versus Sukuna's battle through virtuous screens and commentating on the techniques and believing that Sukuna is going to use a domain amplification against Gojo to neutralize his affinity barrier. As Yuta says that this is the same plan that Hamini and Jogo used against Gojo. As Hakari wonder how is it even possible, but Kusasabe replies saying that a domain amplification is an upgrade version of a simple domain. So Angels tells that the cons of an amplification is that one cannot use their innate curse technique, and the same goes to Sukuna. But if Sukuna has a different plan to bypass the infinity, then Angel commented that Gojo will lose, which means that Angel believed that if Gojo doesn't have infinity, then he pretty much is useless and Sukuna will win.
Shut up, bitch. I don't want to hear that shit.
As Miwa asks, why isn't Sukuna just use a domain expansion? While Karina says, girl, you saying that it's just so easy, but you will have to finish the battle immediately. While Yuji says that it must be a sure hit effect of a domain that will penetrate Gojo's infinity. As Yui asks, what if Sukuna is assuming that he cannot win a domain battle against Gojo? But then Shoko replies saying that Gojo, wicked personalities, and that the six eyes would catch such a thought of Sukuna. But then Chozo says that, yeah, Sukuna doesn't have any barriers at all when he activates his domain, which everyone's in shock of hearing this news. And then so Miwa's is the one that's confused because she's just like, what's the whole big deal? Which Mimi says that if a person that has a domain without a barrier is like painting without a canvas, which Maki tries to simplify it by saying that hey, it's rare, but it's not impossible because Megumi's domain expansion was incomplete, therefore the lack of barrier as well. But Kusasabe says that Megumi is not the same as Sukuna. Megumi will have to use the environment since it's incomplete, but Sukuna has free control over his domain expansion. And then so Chozo revealed that Kenjaku also has a domain expansion without a barrier. And he explains the whole battle between Yuki and Kenjaku. And he says that Yuki, if used a simple domain while Tegan was dismantling, Kenjaku's domain expansion from the outside, then Yuki would not stand a chance. But if she used a domain expansion, then she'll probably would have won. So Eno was just wondering, like, hey, they're talking like they're using domain expansion casually. Wouldn't they be using this that's often? But then Inumaki says, like, Gojo doesn't run out of curse energy. And Kashimo says that, Sukuna is pretty much just like a god. And Sukuna can use an efficiency of curse energy anyways. So if Gojo didn't have like the six eyes, then Sukuna would already won this fight. So then we focus on the battle between Gojo and Sukuna, and they both activate their domain. With Gojo's Unlimited Void versus Sukuna Malevolent Shrine, both of these is a must-hit effect which overlaps and got canceled. And during this whole commotions, we see that Sukuna, he was able enough to go ahead and he was able to hit the barrier outside of Gojo's domain expansion because Yuji pointed out saying that a domain barrier is weak against attacks from the outside, which we were able to see that Sukuna, he was able to land a slash attack on Gojo's barrier from the outside and the barrier collapsed. And we see that Sukuna was able to land a hit on Gojo's neck. And we see blood is gushing out of Gojo's neck as Sukuna is actually smiling because he was able to land a hit against him. As the chapter ends, as we see that the battle of Gojo versus Sukuna is kicking into the next gear. So, like I kind of predicted that I did believe that the next chapter we were going to see like Sukuna's getting the upper hand. And we're able to see that because, Sukuna was able to land a hit against, Gojo. but the battle is still continuously going, and we're going to see more of these guys actually duking it out. But of course, it was really great to see how everyone was commentating on this battle and giving their input on what these guys are actually planning on doing with domain expansion and domain amplification and the simple domain and all that stuff. But other than that, there was just a lot of names, and I'm sorry if I butcher some of these characters' names. It's just a lot. But anyways, this was a very interesting spoilers and leaks, and I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. But if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and let me know down in the comment section if you guys want to see more spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen videos. And yeah, peace out. Bye.